This video is brought to you by MagicJank.com, the spiciest cards for your sauciest decks. Buy and sell Magic the Gathering products and gear today on MagicJank.com. What is up, Janksters? It's your boy Graham, also known as HamHawks42 on the internet, and I have a co-host here who's probably going to jump off the desk as soon as she realizes that I'm going to keep talking at this volume for a while longer. And today we have a deck tech, which I'm very intrigued by. Yep, there she goes. All right, we have a deck tech that I'm actually really looking forward to. This is built around Slogurk the Overslime. But before we dive into the full deck tech and I do my, detailed breakdown like I love to do, I do want to give a huge thank you to some folks who help keep the lights on. So huge thank you to my patrons, Angry Jellyfish and Else89. You rock. Thank you so much for the contributions. It really, really helps. And also, huge shout out and a huge thank you to MagicJank.com, a website where you can actually buy and sell Magic the Gathering products. If you would like to post your collection to sell somewhere on the internet that isn't owned by eBay, you can do that over at magicjank.com. We'd love to have you. Please, also, if you're looking for singles, if you're looking for sealed products, take a look over at magicjank.com, see if we've got what you need. First and foremost, we'd appreciate it very, very much. And with that, let's get into the deck tag. All right, so of course we have Slogurk the Overslime. That's the card this deck is built around. That's the meat and potatoes, if you will. Although I've never seen meat and potatoes that look quite this gelatinous, but that's okay. Although actually, I suppose I've made some runny potatoes in my day. But anyway, so Slogurk the Overslime is a 3/3 trampler for 1 green-blue. With whenever a land card is put into your graveyard from anywhere, put a +1/+1 counter on Slogurk the Overslime, remove 3 counters from Slogurk, return to its owner's hand, so it can bounce itself, which is nice. And then when Slogurk leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand. So we have a lot of lands and a lot of things to do with lands and ways to abuse lands and all kinds of just goodness. Lands. I'm going to say that word a lot throughout the course of this video. It's part of the deal. First and foremost, we are in pure, we're Sultai. We're almost pure Simic, but not quite. Like, we're heavy Simic, but we do have a lot of black spells to help with mill. That's a good way to get lands into the yard, as well as give us targets for Slogurk, which is great. Other key ways that we have to get stuff into the graveyard, we have Maestro's Theater and Riveteer's Overlook. These are going to help grab basics, and on top of that, if we have ways to like cheat them into play and stuff, I don't know. It's great because just dropping them triggers the Gurk, which is exactly what we need. We need Slogurk triggering left, right, and center. And that way, actually, come to think of it, we don't have, this deck is not leveraging ways to cheat stuff in. We do not have cards like Soul of Windgrace or Splendid Reclamation in this particular list, but I have experimented with those, and there's something there. I think once Brothers War drops and Titania is available, those type of strategies are going to become even better. But for now, we're working with this. So we also have the channel lands. We have Boseiju, Takenuma, and Otawara. We're rocking all 3 because all of them do exactly what we want. When we channel them, we are discarding a land from our hand into our graveyard that triggers the Gurks, and on top of that, we get the spell-like effect from it, which can be pretty darn good. In the case of Takenuma, it mills us 3 cards. Some of those might be lands, which could also trigger Slogurk, which is just beautiful. So it's just tons of fun, good stuff. And Boseiju and Otawara are removal. One's a bounce, one's a destroy. It's good stuff. It's just good stuff. It does all the things we want. Now, we also have a couple cool key pieces because this deck has a number of different angles that it can take and a number of different combos. And believe it or not, one of them is built around Willow Geist. Now, if you don't remember Willow Geist, I don't blame you. It never really had an opportunity to shine in Standard yet, but I think there's an opportunity here. I think this thing has a chance to be pretty darn good. Willow Geist is a 1/1 trampler for 1 that says whenever 1 or more cards leaves your graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then when it dies, you gain life equal to its power. So the dying, gaining life thing is nice, but the main benefit we're getting off this thing is that first ability. Well, second ability after trample, where it gets +1/+1 for every time a card leaves our graveyard. And we have a number of ways to get cards out of our graveyard. For example, Slogurk pulls lands out of our graveyard when it leaves the battlefield. Now, you do get 3 lands in that case, but you only get 1 trigger. However, Willow Geist works really, really well with Grolnok the Omnivore, who's another amazing rare with a goofy build around that doesn't see much love. Grolnok the Omnivore says, whenever a frog you control attacks, mill 3 cards. Whenever a permanent card is put into your graveyard from your library, exile it with a croak counter on it. You may play lands and cast spells from among cards you own in exile with croak counters on them. So it effectively draws permanent cards that are milled. Effectively, but it takes them from your graveyard and puts them into exile, and it does so one at a time. So if you mill 3, if you mill 3 permanents with this, which the majority of our cards are permanent, so that's likely to happen. If you mill 3 permanents with this upon one attack with either Grolnok or another frog, which we'll get into, Willow Geist triggers 3 separate times, and that's during the attack step. So if Willow Geist is in on the attack, it gets 3 additional +1/+1 counters, and don't forget it has trample. So especially if we can get multiple Willow Geists on the field, that can be insanely powerful. And it gets even better when some of those Willow Geists are frogs. And if you're wondering what the heck that means, it means croaking counterparts here, baby. This card is awesome. It is a 3-drop sorcery, 1 green-blue. Create a token that's a copy of target non-frog creature, except it's a 1/1 green frog. And this has flashback 5. So when we cast it for its flashback cost, that triggers Willow Geist, which is nice. And we can cast it targeting Willow Geist. And so we get a 1/1 frog Willow Geist that then gets buffed every time cards leave our graveyard. So if we attack with the frog Willow Geist, it triggers Grolnok, and then it buffs up based on what we mill. And in that case, we don't even need to attack with Grolnok necessarily. But if we can get multiple Willow Geists and a non-zero number of frogs with Grolnok on the board, that gets out of hand really fast. So that's one angle that we can take to end this thing. Additionally, we also have, we have the Slogurk action. So as lands are entering the battle or entering the graveyard, Slogurk's getting big. So that's getting big too. So if Grolnok is able to go off, Slogurk might even get bigger. And then we have other ways to mill in Undead Butler, just mills upon ETB. Urborg Lhurgoyf, which also mills on ETB and gets huge if we have stuff in our graveyard. Note, Urborg Lhurgoyf and Grolnok are a little bit of a nombo because the Lhurgoyf wants creatures to be in the yard, whereas Grolnok pulls them out. So that's something to be aware of. The Lhurgoyf is more in here for that initial mill, but if we don't get Grolnok, Lhurgoyf's going to be pretty darn big, and that's nice. So that it's, like I said, this deck has a lot of angles of attack that can bring home the win, and Lhurgoyf is definitely one of them. We also have Old Rutstein. This guy is just killer value. It helps fill our yard. If those things are permanents, if those things are land, it just gives us additional value and can trigger our stuff. It's exactly what we want. Rusty here is fantastic. It's a 3-of that absolutely fits. Does good work. Just does good work. Don't know what to say. As far as our removal package, we have 3 cut downs because this deck has a lot of setup. It does take a little bit of time to set up in those early turns, and we need to be able to remove key pieces that our opponent's throwing out. And then we also have Eaten Alive. Now, we don't have a lot of things that we want to be sacrificing necessarily, but being able to exile creatures or planeswalkers is really, really big. Also, we can sacrifice the insect tokens we get from Rutstein, which is a big fat whatever. We can also sacrifice the Undead Butler, which is like the big key, because the Undead Butler we can use to pull valuable combo pieces out of our graveyard into our hand. So if we have a Slogurk in the graveyard and we don't have one in hand, we can use Eaten Alive to destroy their 4-drop that we're scared of or whatever, and then, or their like 3-drop that we're having to deal with. Heck, we can actually we can sacrifice the Undead Butler to Eaten Alive, targeting a Graveyard Trespasser, discard a creature, and then just use, I don't know, that's convoluted. But in any event, there are lines, there are options. When Undead Butler dies, we get options, and we can pull cards out of our graveyard back into our hand. That's very important. Eaten Alive is one way that we can do that. Also, if it's in the late game, we can also just pay 5 and rip this and just get rid of the biggest threat. So that's not ideal, but at the same time, it's an option, and I like having options. So I think that's pretty cool. So that's the deck. This is Sultai Grave Stuff. That is what we're doing. So I call it Gurking because, I mean, it's funny. And keep in mind, this is standard. This is a standard legal deck. We're not going super crazy. We're not leveraging, like Crucible of Worlds and that kind of thing, which in older formats you totally could in a shell like this to really good effect. But I think we're onto something here. I enjoy it a lot, and it gives me an excuse to rock Grolnok and Croak and Counterpart, which I adore. It's super duper fun. So that's the deck. We don't have a sideboard for it at this time, so we're going to be playing best of one. I may put together a sideboard for it at some point if we're able to find success, and I really want to tackle the best of three ladder with this thing. But to be honest, I'm probably going to wait till Bro comes out before I really dive into that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. And let's be honest, once the new set comes out, I'm probably just going to be brewing around those cards, and this will fall by the wayside along with hundreds of other decks that we've, you know, tinkered with, which it happens. Such is the nature of an MTG brewer. Here we are. In any event, thank you so much for watching this video, and we are going to get into some gameplay, so please stick around. And if you haven't already, hit that like and subscribe button. It makes a huge difference. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and let's do this thing. All right, here we go. I'll be honest, I actually haven't played that much on the ladder recently, so we'll see how this goes. I'm a little out of touch with the current standard meta, so let's give it a shot and see what happens. So Riveteer's Overlook is definitely going to go grab a swamp, so we have Cut Down locked and loaded, ready to go. And we already have the island. Riveteer's Overlook can go grab the forest. Could be worse. They're going to pump some Manyas into the sleeper, keep a Reckoner raid. So they are, this looks like full-on not messing around mono black aggro, which is fine. Potentially dangerous for us, but let's see what we can do. Time Foresta, and I am not going to let them untap, because if they do, they can get that sleeper out of cut down range. So we got to knock it off now. All right, next turn we have an opportunity to drop Old Rutstein. We're doing that for two reasons. One, get the mill going and at least generate some value. Hopefully get a treasure token or that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't love that. Yeah, we don't love that. I think I might want to throw Willow Geist instead now. I'll let Otawara go, but I'm not happy about it. Oh, actually, that was a perfect draw for us. So Liliana's down tick is a huge issue. I'm definitely not a fan. However, we can throw Willow Geist here, as well as Undead Butler. Now this is gonna get some bodies in our yard. Excellent, perfect, including Gurk the Jerk. Glad to see him there. And now, if they down tick a Lily, we sack the Butler, go grab Gurk, and we're off to the races. If they up tick Lily, we can discard Grolnok and not really care. Yeah. All right, groovy. Unfortunately, we only have one green mana source. Definitely a bummer and a half, but not the end of the world. Let's go Rusty. Dumps a cut down. Okay. Don't really have any good attacks here. So Lily's just gonna keep doing her thing. They decided to go for the uptick plan, which is problematic, to be sure. They're gonna cut down Rusty. I don't love that. Yeah, definitely don't love that. Absolutely nothing we can do about it, though. Okay. Geist is in the bin. Truly a bummer. Alright. Butler hitting. Yes, I'll exile, which will trigger Willow Geist, which is nice. And then we go grab the Gurks. Gurk Nasty. Let's go. Or of course, as I like to call him, Gurk the Jerk. Alright. Overslime. I like Rusty, but I'm going to go ahead and drop Rusty, and we get an Undead Butler. Okay, cool. So we're tacking into Lils, because if we don't, they're gonna have the opportunity to -6, and that's a huge problem. So 3 damage on Liliana is actually pretty darn good. I'll take that. Now they do get the opportunity to. Oh, they go for the down tick. Let's go. I'm gonna take out Gurk. Buffing up our Willow Geist. Alright. Well, Liliana's definitely toast. There's no question about it. And that's nice. I like that. I think we drop Rusty here. We mill a something. Happens to be a land, that equals treasure. Treasure's good, I like treasure. We Riveteer's Overlook. That is gonna go grab us. I think I'm gonna grab a swamp here. Alright, yeah, we're definitely taking out Lil's. She is potentially problematic. And we can use the treasure that we got from Rutstein to play out the Undead Butler. Get some more mill on. A bunch of eaten alives, which actually might have been nice, but alas, c'est la vie. Tis what it is. Sleeper, and they can dump some mana into it. So at this point, they're kind of running out of gas, and our Willow Geist is freaking swole. And if they have an answer to it, if they can get rid of it, yeah, if they do have an answer, then we're gonna gain some life, which is the last thing they want. So into Butler, getting some more Willow Geist action going. Grabbing up Gurk one more time. A little bit louder now. Milling a land. You love to see it. Gurk the Jerk, live and online. Let's throw an Overlook. Boom, baby. This time we're gonna grab a Forest. Oh, the synergies. The synergies! Now, we could bounce that Evolved Sleeper and get in for a fair amount of damage. I think that's actually what I want to do here. Just go ahead and pick that on up, homie. I'll even get in with Rusty. Boom, let's go. All right. Stuff is happening. Stuff is happening. I like it when stuff happens. Feels good when stuff happens. Now, Graveyard Trespasser is kind of annoying because they can chew away some stuff in our yard. However, when they exile stuff from our graveyard, it triggers our Willow Geist. So I'm not that mad. Yeah, that actually feels kind of good. I like it. Let's go. No attacks. Sounds good. Grolnok hitting the graveyard. Here comes another Undead Butler. Let's freaking go. Can't help but notice they have no Death Touch on their side of the board at the moment. We are most assuredly the beat down here. So we're swinging in, and we have Otawara back as a combat trick. They do not, yeah, they do not do anything with that. Okay, cool. We're gonna buff up the Sleeper. Sleepy boy. Do we want to bounce this now? I think we do, actually. I am a jerk. We're gonna go ahead and bounce the Phyrexian Sleeper before it has an opportunity to uptick. And now they could play out the Sleeper again, but it's just gonna come down as a lowly 1/1 that they just pumped a bunch of mana into. So, that's nice. I'll take that. I could have timed that differently, but I didn't want to. Yeah, I think we got this. Milling of Gurks. Overlooks. Alright. And at this point, I think we need to swing with the squad. Because they're only at 3. Yeah. I mean, we have 15 trample. Like, that alone is good enough. Yeah. As you can see, synergies. It works sometimes. Alright, sick. Let's see if we can do that again. Alright, and the cat has returned. She's back on my lap, which is always welcome. It's just nice. Alright, we are on the draw. And we have a 2-land hand. This is almost never a good idea to keep, but let's keep it. So I find it funny, my cat Peas Blossom, when I'm streaming, she knows, like, okay, I need to leave dad alone for like 4 or 5 hours because it's going to be really loud. Because I'm talking nonstop, right? This is, well, not like nonstop, but for the vast majority of the time I'm live, I'm yammering. What's more important, the Undead Butler or the Geist? I'm the Undead Butler, so I'm going to go get a swamp here. But, so yeah, I'm talking like for 4 or 5 hours, mostly uninterrupted. So she knows, like, okay, he's loud, so let's just leave him be. When I'm filming YouTube content, I'll like record a game, record a deck tech, so I'll be yammering for like 7-8 minutes. And then, like, I'll be yammering for 7-8 minutes, and then I'll pause for a second to like name files, take notes, like, you know, whatever, maybe adjust audios or like whatever I need to do in between shots. And then she'll be like, oh, you done? Cool. And like come and hang out. And then I start up again. She's like, oh no, he's talking again. Like, yeah, sorry. Cause I'm pretty loud. Like you know, I try to get the levels to a good spot for all of you folks at home, but like when I start talking about Magic, I get loud and animated. I just do. I can't help it. Which, and to be honest, I don't want to help it. Like, I think that's exactly where I ought to be because I'm excited about this game. Like, it gets me revved up and I enjoy it, which is great. Like, I like that. I don't want that to change. But at the same time, like, I can see why my cat doesn't love hanging out with me when I'm in that mode. So, anyway, she's a sweetheart. I'm a fan. All right, Gurk the Jerk in the hand. Let's go. Geist coming down. We are overlooking. I'm gonna go grab a forest. And I think I just want to eat that visitor alive. Now, and then I can go grab another undead butler. That's actually pretty sick. They're gonna sack a critter. Sack the butler. I would love to exile the butler. I'll go grab up another butler because we already have a Slogurk in hand. We don't have the blue mana yet anyway. And we have another Willow Geist that we can play next turn alongside the butler even if we don't draw land. So that feels pretty good. Combi Transmutation, aight. Another Eaten Alive would be pretty delicious. Weaver of Harmony, don't love that. Yep, alright, so the enchantment deck's doing its thing. Ooh, Takenuma. I'm good at Takenuma. I do need land though, so I am just gonna play it. Not ideal, but it's fine. Goyf is not looking particularly good yet, but that's okay. Comes the Geist. Now, do we drop the Butler or do we drop Rutstein? Because Rutstein is going to help us potentially get some treasure so we can get Gurk online. I think about the Butler, though, because now if we've shown the opponent this... Oh, and we milled 2 Eaten Alives. That sucks because those would have been great. We have shown our opponent the synergy between Willow Geist and Undead Butler. If they... Well, okay. Let's see. They're going for the Circle of Confinement. Probably grabbing the 3/3 Geist is my guess. Oh, they go for the Butler. Actually, not a bad idea. Oh, they have the mana to do the Weaver of Harmony thing. The Weaver of Harmony trick's annoying, but, well, nothing we can do about it. Yeah, this isn't looking good. That was devastating. That turn for them was like... That was straight up backbreaking. I'll be surprised if we can recover from this. Because that was our whole engine. They just ate the whole thing that we were doing. I got in for 6 damage. Combi of Transience is also just busted. Like, that card's insane. Alright. Rusty, do your thing. The boss in the bin's not bad. I'm gonna blast the Weaver right now. Do not pass go to knock to $200. Chip in for 1. Because I don't want, like, right now in Standard, there are like 15 different ways to exile stuff on enchantments, and that deck probably has a fair number of them represented. So I'm assuming they're just going to be able to do that crap again, so I need to not let them even think about it. Yeah, like, exactly. If the Weaver of Harmony was still here, our entire board would literally be gone. Like, everything but that treasure token would just be completely gone. Yeah, but she goes, oh, we might actually just be dead here. Unless they screw up and click the Jukai Naturalist. Which they do! Doesn't have, it's summoning sick, homie. Oh, yeah, let's go. You just missed out on 5 damage. Whoop, whoop. I'll take it. All right. Gurk Nasty coming down. We're gonna go ahead and kick this once. Hopefully get some triggers for the Gurks. Got a couple. I'll take it. Got a couple triggers for the Gurks. Have to just hold everything black. Totally sucks. No question. This is a horrible position to be in. Straight up horrible position. Circle of Confinement is such a perfect counter to what we're trying to do, and the fact that they were able to double hit, that was absurd. That said, if we can get our hands on that Boseiju, that's just chilling in there, assuming we don't bite it this next turn, which it's not looking good, frankly. Yeah, they put the Machikos on the Naturalist. So we get... Yeah, if they put that Machiko's Reign of Truth on the Combi of Transience, I believe we're just dead no matter what we do. Unless I want to misclick that and give it on one of the Summoning Sick Puppers. I'm okay with that. Yeah. At the end of the day, this is a bad matchup for us. Like, straight up, no question. This is just a really bad matchup. They did just give it to one of the Summoning Sick Puppers. What is going on right now? They are missing out on so much damage. Dude. Like, you have this in the bag. Don't you dare screw this up. Well. Yeah. This is, yeah. This bad. This very bad. All right, so we're gonna go grab some lands. The boss is 100% gonna be one of those. I'm gonna grab a basic island and a Maestro Theater, I guess. Like, so we have blue. We have a, you know, we have a land that can go into our graveyard so that we can maybe work with what we draw here, but no. Not good. Not good. Yeah, we're just gonna pop that, but that's more a moral victory than anything at this point. Yeah, we don't have any frogs, so Grolnok is just a 3 damage sponge here. That's all that dude's doing. Yeah, now they get to go fetch up a land here, which is mildly problematic, but not the end of the world. Ah, Butler gets to mill, so all right. Corrupt Counterpart is actually pretty cool. If we survive, that could be really neat. Not banking on us surviving, though. Let me tell you what. Would not put money on it. If you are a betting individual, I would not back this horse right now. That said, they've like straight up punted on the Machikos twice, but they didn't this turn. Yeah. Giving it to the Commune Transients just like that straight guarantees the win. We just don't have, we can block 6 of that unless they forget to click attack. That's like our only hope. Yeah, well, so much for that idea. I guess I'll block there because I can. I guess I'll block there because I can. And I guess I'll block 3 of that, but yeah, it doesn't matter. We did, son. All right. All right, I want to do at least one more game so we can actually, hopefully, get a chance to see this thing in action again. Because I'm proud of this deck. I think it's got some potential. That game sure as hell didn't show it, though. In any event, let's keep going. This hand actually looks pretty awesome. We have the Willow Geist on 1. We have Undead Butler or a second Willow Geist with a cut down up on 2. Actually, I think that's what I want to do. Oh yeah, this is cash money in the bank. Let's go. Ooh, and then the goyf. Do love me a good goyf. Who doesn't love a good goyf, am I right? That sounded a little wrong, I suppose. Yeah, that did sound a bit wrong, I suppose. More Geists, all right. Groovy, I can work with Geists. I can definitely work with Geists. Geists in this deck, as we've seen, can be stupid powerful, so I am okily dokily on board with that. I don't even know what that means, I'm sorry. Anointed Peacekeeper dodges cut down. That sucks. Like, that just sucks. So, alright, opponent, go ahead and do whatever you want to do with my entire hand. I kind of hope they name cut down. Because right now, cut down would only interfere with the Guardian or New Benalia by forcing them to discard. And taking out of combat for a turn, but I'm hoping that they're gonna name the goyf. Believe it or not, the Urborg Lhurgoyf was possibly the least impactful card in my hand right now. So, sweet. Let's go. No blocks, come on in. Welcome to my face. Alright. We're gonna save cut down because it can be a sack outlet. And I like leveraging sack outlets. Alright. We're gonna throw yet another Geist. Let's freaking go. And here comes the Undead Butler, and I hope we mill a creature. Don't care what else is going on, I just hope one creature hits the bed. No dice! Oh man! Alright, that sucks. Alright. Oh, that sucks a lot. Alright, now all of a sudden the Urborg Lhurgoyf being pinned down by the Peacekeeper makes me sad. Because now, if the butler dies, which presumably they're going to attack here, if the butler dies, we could exile it from the graveyard to buff all of our geists, which is not nothing, but they'll only buff to 2/2s instead of 3/3s. If we had a creature we could go grab, it'd be so much better. Like, not even close better. I'm gonna just take this. Not jazzed about that. Way not jazzed about that. Initiate's a good cut down target. Alright. Rusty, give me some mill. Give me some of that mill. What do we got? Show me a critter. You're not a critter. Well, you know what we can do? We can do this. Drop the goyf. Boom. Creature in the yard. That is what I wanted. Just like that, we are in this thing. Sick. No attacks. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. So our opponent wants to attack us. That is absolutely 100% what they want to be doing here. And yeah, I'm not worried about that because they don't have trample. Them not having trample here is very, very important. All right, so they're going to enlist. They're going to double enlist to get a whole mess of scry. That's all right. That's a thing. One top, one bottom. Okay. Kind of over to see double top here. Although, like, no matter what they got, yeah, double top. Okay. No matter what, they get good value. So, it is what it is. We can block that one here comfortably. We can block that one and feel pretty good about it. So, yeah. Imp. Suck. Well, Rusty, it's been a pleasure. Yep. Yep. Not good. We're gonna do that. Grab Rutstein because the goyf is nice but still pinned down. So that's a problem. I don't like when things are problematic. It's not nice. Another goyf. Aight. I'm going to Croaking Counterpart. That flashes back, so we get all the triggers. And now we got some massive geists. Straight up massive geists, yo. And it feels pretty darn good, if I may say. I'm still gonna keep the blockers back because our oppo is still on a pretty heavy beatdown plan. And I do not want to be open to any kind of trickery or chicanery or whatever else. Another Peacekeeper. This one's probably gonna name Rutstein, is my guess. I might go cut down for this one though. If I were them, I'd probably name Rusty here. Unless I want to name Lhurgoyf and just make sure it's like completely unplayable because it's double taxed. That's an option. Like, that'd be fine. No, they're gonna name out Rutstein. Yeah, okay. It's potentially fine. Like, it's not good, but we might be okay. We'll see. A Grolnok off the top here would be insane. Like, straight insane. It would be fire and or cash money in, on, or around the bank. So it's gonna buff up to a 4/3. They're gonna get the scry on. I could block and force them to discard a card, but we'd lose one of the geists if we did that. I don't know that I want that yet, because the geist is gonna be our kill shot. And that also opens this, well, they only have one land back, so I'm not worried about, like, combat tricks, per se. Okay. Actually, the swamp's not bad. I'll take that. I will take it. We can actually kick the goyf here. We could double kick the goyf. That might be exactly what we need to do. We can double kick the goyf, or we can establish Rusty. I think we double kick the goyf. That has the highest upside. The highest potential upside of any plays we got. We got a Grolnok in the bin, but we got another counterpart. That's nice. I like that. All right. Yeah, I definitely like that. No text. I'm just gonna keep chilling. Now, We're still not in an amazing position by any stretch, by any measure. We can actually Crook and Counterpart one of their things, which could be fun. We can Crook and Counterpart like the Peacekeeper. Destroy evil. Okay, that sucks, but we at least gain some life. And the Goyf Crows. Alright. I do appreciate that the Goyf Crows. I do like my Frog Geists. I really enjoy having Frog Willow Geists. It's nice. Probably going to enlist a Peacekeeper here. No, they enlist the other Guardian. Interesting. Okay. So it's going to be a 5-3. It can still tangle with the Urborg Lhurgoyf. That's the... I believe that's the trade that they were worried about, but I'm going to offer it. Yeah, that's a trade I'm willing to offer. I'm holding out hope. Ooh, we got him to discard an Adeline. That's great. That card, oh my goodness. That card is the Bomb Diggity Shiznit. And I do not want them having it. I don't like when my opponents have Bomb Diggity or Shiznits. Those are all problematic. We could get an Anointed Peacekeeper Frog, which would be pretty fun. And we'd see what we would check what that last card is, and we could tax it, which could be really great. I think I want to do that. And this is also going to buff the Geists, including our little Frog Geist, which is nice. I like buffing the Frog Geist. It's fun. Let's take a look. What you got? Show me what you got. If they dumped Adeline, Sarah Paragon? Oh, yeah. I'm gonna tax that all day. I want that as out of reach as humanly possible. No tax yet. Now, do we go for the kill shot and have them discard Sarah Paragon? Or do we let them draw a card first? I think we just hold it up. We just hold it up. Yeah, this game is intense. All right. They hit the land. All right, they're one mana away. They're one land away from being able to cast the Paragon. So let's see. Who do they attack with? Bring it in, homie. What you got? Just that one. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Enlisting the other one. Sure, sure, sure. I will attempt to cut down that little homie. Now, I believe they get the buff anyway. They're gonna let it die. Okay. Oh, we're gonna see. Yeah, they do. Okay. It's 5 damage. That's a lot of, like, that's a fair amount of damage. I don't want to take 5 damage. We're in a position where, like, if we could just get our hands on Grolnok, we just, like, straight up win. So, I really want that to, I don't want to give that up. And the reason I say that is because if we stick a Grolnok, Butler's good here, I'll take it. If we stick a Grolnok, we can attack with the whole squad, and we get a whole bunch of mills because we have 2 frogs. And when we mill with the frog, we, you know, they exile immediately because of Grolnok's ability. So, it's all potentially great. So, still chilling. Alright, they can play the Paragon this turn. Let's see if they attack into the Butler. I'll be pretty jazzed if they do, not gonna lie. They do not! Damn it! They know better. But we got it! Grolnok, let's go! Alright! We go for it. We're gonna mill 6 cards here. Let's see what we got. 2 permanents. Therefore, they exile. Willow Geists do the thing, including our little frog Willow Geist, which is nice. All right, we got 3 more counters. We got 3 more permanents, I should say. Yeah, buddy. The thing is being done. 27 trample damage. Line it up. What do you got? Now, we had to attack with our little 1/1, But at this point, Paragon's down anyway, so whatever. Like, just so that we got the Grolnok Frog attack trigger. That's why this little guy's in the mayhem. This is exciting. I'm liking this. All right. Oh yeah, I mean that's 27 trample damage, and if they gang block to kill one of those things, we gain life back. So that feels pretty good. We also have the means by which to cast out Slogurk, and I don't believe we've hit our land drop yet, so Maestro's Theater can come down and buff Gurk. All right. Oh, gladly. Exile that, get yet more counters. And let's grab up a Lhurgoyf, I suppose. Because why not, right? Gurk the Jerk. Maestro's Theater. I'm feeling pretty good. Now they have the Sarah Paragon. They can cast out a bunch of stuff, but like they have to go for a kill shot this turn. They just have to. And I don't see a world in which they have it. Yeah. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Willow Geist, Grolnok. Ah, when it works, it's awesome. So thanks so much for checking out the video. I appreciate it. You rock. Thank you for being here. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, kind of content, I do a lot of it, as well as a bunch of talking head videos here. And I also stream Monday through Friday on Twitch, twitch.tv/hamhawks42. As you're watching this, I'm actually on a little bit of a break over on the Twitch. I actually recorded this ahead of time and like put it in the can. But I will be back soon. I'll be back very soon. So drop a follow over there if you want to see me live doing this kind of stuff in the mornings, by the way. 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until around 11 or noon is usually when we're doing this kind of crazy nonsense over on the Twitch. So thank you so much. Appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one.